How are you?
I am doing great. Great. I know that we're short on time, so I'll just jump right on in if that's okay.
It did.
All right. Well, Alan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today. I am very, very excited about your upcoming show being brought to us by Beyond Broadway. What can Houston audiences expect from Alan Cumming at his age?
Um, it's me, obviously, with a band of lovely musicians, and I sing songs and tell stories that are all under the umbrella of getting older and aging and what is age appropriateness and who gets to decide. And so it's yeah, it's a fun. I tell lots of funny stories. I also talk about the positive things I feel about getting older, and then some of them downsides, the sort of saggy things that happen, gravity's effects, and ultimately I sort of want to challenge the audience to sort of not act their age, to not sort of allow societal mores to dictate how you should experience life, and to ask them to stay open to possibility and to be curious. That's really my main thing, is to say let's just all be curious about life and not worry about you know what people are saying, what we should wear and what we should do and how late we should go to bed.
Now, the songs that you are performing in this show, did you get to pick everything in there? Or are there songs that you wish you could have included that you unfortunately had to cut?
I mean, I pick them all. Yes, I write it. So I mean, there's one song that I wrote myself. The rest are all covers. But there's always songs that when I've done this before, I have a pool of songs that I either really desperately want to sing and think it would be a really good fit for me, or I think would be really good in terms of the theme of the story, like the aging thing. So a lot of songs about time and stuff like that. And inevitably some don't make the cut, and then I sort of wonder, and then songs I think I would really love to sing, I sing them, I hate singing them, and I never want to sing them again. But usually they're songs that I really love and really feel I can inhabit, because I'm not that great a singer. I'm a good actor who sings, so I really act songs. So all the songs I sing have to have some sort of be like a little play almost. Each song I think of as a little play, and I'm a character inside the song.
I love that. I absolutely love that. It's so funny because we were in the car the other day and I was actually having my fiance listen to you doing the Welcome Ed from Cabaret, and it was just, I'm like, this is still the most fun song that I love listening to at random. I love the way you introduce all the characters, and I don't know, just your version of it is hands down my favorite. So,
Oh, thank you. I absolutely hate hearing that. Whenever I
I'm
hear it,
so sorry.
no, it's no, don't be silly, but it's just funny like how I get it. It was such a great. I loved doing it, but it just becomes, it's slightly my fear that it's eased whenever I do like host an awards or something. They'll always say, "Wouldn't it be great if you came on and sang Beal Come?" I'm like, no. And it's just one of those things that whenever often people tag me on Instagram and the music that's on it is me singing that, and I don't know, I just sort of, I can't remember the last, when I hear the dun, I'm like, next. It just sort of I don't know, I could die happy without ever hearing myself sing that song again.
I totally, totally understand. Well, I'm going to switch gears completely. I read somewhere, and I hope to God IMDb is not lying to me, that when you were younger, you actually used to kind of manage an advice column. Is that true?
No, I wrote horoscopes for a newspaper. It's worse. Yeah, I actually wrote horoscopes for the Dundee Evening Telegraph newspaper in Scotland when before I went to drama school. I had sort of a year to kill before I would be old enough to get in. So I was like 16 and a half and I was writing horoscopes for this bona fide newspaper. It was terrible.
I love
It's so
that.
terrible.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I'm getting married in like a week and a half, but I was going to say, what is your advice for a newlywed heading into, I
Oh,
guess, a later in life marriage here?
well, as someone who's been married several times himself, and has had quite a few other relationships, I feel something of an expert in this field. Um, I think the thing is to always um, be still an independent person. Don't subsume yourself. Allow yourself to be subsumed into a couple. I think it's really important that you still have your own individuality and your own life, so that you can have, enjoy being with someone. And I mean, I think one of the reasons that my marriage has lasted so long, this one, and is that I'm away quite a lot and we miss each other, and you sort of, don't. I don't fear that, actually. I think it's really healthy to be away and to be doing your own thing, and then come together and actually enjoy each other and having missed each other. So I think it would be still trying to maintain your individuality, even though you're part of a couple.
I'm definitely going to remember that for sure. Thank you.
You're
Now,
welcome.
I am going to switch gears to your acting, and don't worry, there are zero cabaret questions in here. So I wanted to talk right now. I know you're the host of Traitors on Peacock, which is
I
a
am.
fantastically fun show. I love you on that show. I know a lot of people are commenting on it because you are like dressed to the nines in every episode. It's fabulous. Um, and I think that Peacock has finally picked up on that, because I know when I was kind of looking through the episode guide a couple days ago, and I was going through the different episodes that I could watch. Season 1, it's kind of like you get that little preview photo, and it's a mashup of, here are some of the cast of the show, and or the different contestants, different, events that they're doing. But season 2 is literally just a photo of you in a different outfit for every episode, which I absolutely love.
I know, it's funny how it's become sort of a big thing, a big part of the whole show's identity is me in ever increasingly bizarre outfits. It's hilarious. I mean, I really love it. It was kind of, because it was a new thing for me. I'd never done anything like this. And the first season, there was no precedence. I mean, they'd done it once in Holland. It was based on a Dutch show. But the very fact that the producers asked me to do it, I understood when I'd spoken to them that it wasn't to just be, hello, I'm Alan Cumming, and blah, blah. It was very much to play a character and to play this sort of slightly James Bond villainy, heightened sort of theatrical person who supposedly lived in this castle and had invited all these people to come. So I thought of it and I approached it like a character in a play or a film. And it's kind of really worked, I think, because I think everyone knows it's not really me, and so the outfits are a sort of a part of that theatricality, that it's sort of this eccentric man who has created this game dresses up in an eccentric way too, and so it all kind of makes sense in a weird sort of way. But it's just hilarious, and I'm one of these people that I'm always been quite. I suppose daring is a little grandiose, but I have always worn some quite outre things in my own sort of, when I get dressed up to go to things. And I remember once I had this stripy suit that Jean-Paul Gaultier lent me for the opening of a show I was in, and they said I could keep it afterwards because I was going to give it back to them. And I went, oh my gosh, really? And it was a sort of a little, like knickers. It went to just under my knees, and stripy, like a little sort of sailor, a three-piece thing. And I said to them, "Oh, that's so nice, and that's so nice of you, so kind." And they went, "Well, Alan, you're the only male celebrity who wears us in North America."
Oh,
So I was like, "Oh, all right, thanks so much." So I'm quite, what's the word? Daring in my fashion choices, because I see fashion as sort of dressing up and being quite theatrical and being quite camp. I don't really, when I dress up, I don't want to just sort of look casual. So this was when Sam Spector is the name of the stylist, when I went to him and I told him I wanted to be this like a dandy Scottish laird, then he really took it and ran with it, and that's how I end up wearing all these insane things.
well, it's working, and I know myself and fans are loving it. So
Great.
kudos to
Well,
all of you guys.
I know it's hilarious, and this I just love I get DMs on my Instagram with someone's done a needlepoint of Phaedra saying, "Oh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus, not Ekin Sue." Like things like that are kind of, and also me saying the Johnny Bananas back off bitch and things like that, becoming these sort of memes and gifs and everything. And then this week I said something that don't ask me, I'm just here to say cryptic things and look absolutely spectacular.
And you do it. You totally do.
Yeah, that's right.
I just have a couple quick more for you. So, I was incredibly saddened to hear that Schmigadoon season 3 is not moving forward on Apple TV, despite the fact that script has been written out for season 3, including 25 original songs. Are you hopeful that that gets picked up by another network?
I mean, I would very much like it to. I don't know if I'm hopeful in that. I don't know. I don't. I'm not quite sure why it didn't happen. I think because actually last year before the strike, it was all sort of, we're talking dates and everything. It was kind of seemed like it was we were doing it, and so then this all happened. They had a table reading that I wasn't able to go to because I was abroad, and after that they said no. So I don't know. I mean, it would be great because I mean I really did have such fun with it. And that bunch of people are, I knew most of them beforehand, and we all just had such a laugh. And this new one sounded really fun actually as well. But I don't know. I always sort of think once things, I mean, it happens more and more, I suppose, now that things get picked up by other streamers and things like that. It's not unusual, but it is kind of nichey. Do you know what I mean? And it is kind of an expensive show, I think, because those sets and things are really a lot. But it would be lovely. But I'm not, holding my breath.
I will hold it on your behalf for as long as I can.
Yeah.
Lastly, to kind of bring things back to Alan Cumming is not acting his age. Why do you think Houston audiences need to come on out and see the show?
Well, if you like a good old-fashioned evening of, you laugh, you cry, you have a think, you go home maybe a little more heartened about the world. That's what I hope to do. That's what I want people to feel. And I'll be singing songs, some that you'll know, some that you won't. But it's sort of like an old-fashioned, I'm being a big showman. But my main aim is just to connect with people and to make them feel alive.
Well, I know that I'm excited. I'm ready to feel alive. Houston, I hope you guys come on down and check out the show Beyond Broadway. Alan Cumming is not acting his age is playing at the Hobby Center March 6th to 7th. You can get your tickets at thehobbycenter.org. Alan, you are lovely. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's nice to talk to you. I'll see you in March.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.